Hi everybody, I'm Shondra, as you know, talking here at Soundbites Grill, and guess who I have with me? I have Blake Aaron. He is you're a 5-time #1 hit on Billboard charts, guitarist, artist,
yes,
composer.
Yes.
I'm so excited you're here.
Oh, thank you, Shondra. It's such a pleasure to be here. It's so nice seeing you.
Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure for me. Hey, let's do a toast for your concert.
Absolutely, with water.
Yes, with water. Tomorrow night, I would love to be here, but I can't do that.
But you have a gig.
I have a gig.
So that's okay.
I have a concert of my own.
Right.
So that you got to get tickets for tomorrow night. That's if you don't know what date it is. You know, today's St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, of course, that's right.
Green.
Oh, I know. Well, and you are.
Can I pinch you?
Okay,
I
go
just
ahead.
pinched Blake Aaron. Oh my God. Okay, here is a toast to you for a fantastic concert tomorrow night, Saturday, March 18th at 7 p.m. here at Soundbites
We are looking
Grill.
forward to it. You guys got to come be here. We're going to have such a blast.
Okay, there we go.
Thank
with
you,
water.
Shondra.
Here we go. We have to take a sip.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's
Very good year.
the best. It is. Well, I tell you what, they've kept this for a long time. They opened it just for you and I.
I know.
The best water in town. So tell us about, number one, what are you going to do tomorrow night? You have your whole band?
I do have my whole band. I even brought them from LA. Yeah. I have some guys sometimes that I work with from Phoenix, but they weren't available. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to bring my regular band from LA, and we're gonna do it. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So now you're always in concert with these guys, and you're touring together? Or?
Yes, whenever we can. Sometimes if it's across the country or in Europe or something, then I may have to use a band out there. But but whenever we can, I love playing with these guys.
So I have to ask you about this because I know what it's like to do a concert with musicians that are either reading.
Yeah.
Or they don't really know, especially songs.
Yep.
It's real tricky. And with your work, and you're so awesome, by the way,
Oh,
phenomenal.
thank you.
May I just say, love his music.
Oh, you're so nice.
No,
Okay,
it's
so
cute. I just love your
do
music.
you take checks?
Are you paying me for that?
Right.
Well, the thing is, you're fabulous.
Oh,
So I want to know, what do you go through when you have to pick up players and they don't know? Maybe they don't know your music.
Yeah, and we've had horror stories, definitely. Yeah, because sometimes you go into a town and it's really like, if you've ever seen Forrest Gump, a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. So, and sometimes we get great players and it's fantastic. Other times, guys aren't prepared, and they'll come in and, or maybe they tell you, because sometimes people want the gig, right? So they'll just say, oh yeah, I can read, yeah, no problem, I can do that, yeah, we'll have all your tunes wired, it'll be great.
Yes.
And then you get to rehearsal and you start sweating bullets because you can tell they don't read and they're not prepared. But fortunately, that's a rarity, but it has happened. And has it happened to you as well?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
Yes, it has happened to me, and it's scary because, especially that first performance on a tour.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And you've got a group that's actually sending you on tour.
Oh, sure.
And then you've got the player.
Right. And it only takes one.
Yeah, it only
to
takes
bring the
one.
Whole, right.
It's like the big bomb, right?
That's right.
And
That's right.
I've been in situations where I was coming in to sing and I didn't have any rehearsals.
Sure.
And
you get a line check.
Oh,
That's
it's intense, and then all it takes is one player.
So a line check is just when for those of you who may not know, a line check is when you just go up on stage and you don't really even have time to hear yourself. They just can, see all the signals coming in. They say, "We're good." That's it, and that's all you get.
It's crazy, and so
Right.
you're like a singer in this sense. Do you
Yeah.
sing, by the way?
A little bit, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
but here's the deal: when you have a solo instrument, like guitar,
Right.
sax, right, or even piano, for that matter,
Yeah.
or any kind of flute, but you're a guitarist.
Right.
You are a soloist. This
Right.
is your voice.
Right.
And if you've got someone playing clunkers behind you, not good.
It's hard to keep your focus. I'm sure, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to the show goes on. So.
I tip my hat to you. I
Yeah.
don't have one, but I would. Sat by tap. Boom.
Well, I know you've been through it as well, so it's.
Yeah. So now tell us about your new single and
Yeah.
about the album.
Crush is the new single, and it's #3 on Billboard right now. So
So
we're
good.
hoping for one more #1 if possible.
That's crazy cool. What is it like for you? The very first #1 hit on the Billboard charts. This is huge, you guys. What's it like?
Oh, it's amazing. It's just a fantastic experience. I remember the first day I heard about my first number one, and it was just an unbelievable experience.
So you're listening to yourself. Are you hearing yourself on Sirius Radio?
On Sirius, I remember the first time I landed in an airport, and I heard my music in an airport, and so like, wow, it's just kind of cool.
I think that's when you know you've arrived. It's when you go to the airport and you're hearing your music. It's like, what?
That was such a cool feeling.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So you're on all the channels, obviously. We can find you everywhere. Spotify, of course.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music,
everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere, yeah.
And you have a website.
I do. It's just under my name, BlakeAaron.com, AARON.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, it's like so great.
Yeah.
So tell me about this new single.
Okay.
What is it like? Is it different? Is it still in the groove jazz genre?
It is still in the groove jazz genre. Yeah. I did it with another guitarist by the name of Adam Hawley.
Okay.
And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
We wrote it together and produced it, and it was he did a great job producing it. And really, it's fun working with another producer because I produce as well, and I've produced a lot of different artists. But it's fun to kind of mix it up a little bit because sometimes if a producer has a producer, it'll take you out of your regular element.
That's right.
He'll do things that I wouldn't normally do, and vice versa.
It's a growing thing.
It's a growing thing.
I mean, it's a wonderful thing. You want to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. A lot, actually.
Right.
Not just a little, but a lot.
Sure.
And in this case, it could be uncomfortable in a good way.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
Yeah. So
you learn things.
The nice thing about it is, I've fortunately been very successful with my self-produced stuff as well, but I didn't want to just keep doing the same, regurgitating that. So, yeah, I feel like I'm very grateful for doing this because these songs wouldn't exist without the collaboration.
That's
if that
right.
makes sense,
That's so very cool.
Yeah.
So when you're collaborating, who owns the master? Now we're talking a little shop here.
Right.
Masters are the actual recordings.
Right.
And when you write a song together, compose a song, you're splitting that, right?
You are?
And then there's the master. And how do you do that? Same thing, 50-50?
A lot of it is 50-50. The writing is 50-50. There is, you probably are aware of Sound Exchange, and that's the royalties that you get for airplay, especially with like Sirius XM. The producer normally takes a percentage of that. It's not 50-50, but the producer takes a percentage of that.
But the master's owned by you.
The master's owned by me. Yes.
Right. So
owned by me.
You work that out.
And the record label.
And the record label. You have your own. Is it your own record?
No, it's actually Intervision Records.
Okay.
And there's about 25 artists on the label.
Very cool.
I was actually, I think I was either the first or one of the first two. I don't remember which one, but I've been on the label for a long time.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I'm a little starstruck. The
No,
channel that I listen to on Sirius is Smooth Jazz.
Yeah.
So I hear you, and I hear Adam Hawley, and I hear all this like, you could be like a Beatle. You'd be like a Beatle for me. You're great. Fantastic guitarist, by the way, and the compositions are terrific.
Oh, thank you.
So, okay, now I'm going to ask you a really odd question.
Okay.
Because I always wonder about this.
I love odd questions.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, good. So you're writing an instrumental.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a theme to it and all of that.
Sure.
How do you come up with the titles for these things? I know it's different in every situation. With songs, I'm a songwriter, you know what you're going to be talking about, right? And
sure.
you've got the hook of that.
Right.
Your hooks are, of course, instrumental.
Yeah.
And we know when the chorus is coming and all that good stuff.
Right.
So how do you come up with a title?
It's just all different. There's been times where I've actually thought of the title first and then written a song that matches the title. There's been other times where the titles just come at the same time as I'm writing something. This feels like this kind of a song, And there's other times where I've kind of struggled with the title, where it's just like I love the music. I have a song actually right now that I'm still not set on the title because it's a very it's what we're calling a deep cut. It's not necessarily a radio single. You put out radio singles that are meant to be, hopefully get a lot of airplay and under, around 4 minutes and all that. We've got a couple of songs that are more like 7-8 minutes long that are more, you know, kind of an epic thing that we're not necessarily intended for radio, kind of the B-side, if you will.
That's right.
And we actually wrote a song with Greg Manning. I don't know if you know Greg.
Do know the name, I'm sure. If I heard the music, I would go like, oh yeah.
And he will actually be with me here tomorrow night.
I still want to be here. You guys have to buy tickets, okay? I have to tell you, there are some available. Your show is filling up really fast.
Good.
This concert's going to be great, you guys, so get onto soundbitesgrill.com and purchase your tickets for tomorrow night.
Yes.
We're still celebrating St. Patty's Day.
That's right.
We're going to be in the parade tomorrow in the morning. Tomorrow's a rip-roaring, kind of like crazy day.
Okay.
And you'll be getting sound checks and getting ready and all that stuff.
Early.
Right, and you have to come. Okay, you must come tomorrow. I'm going to come after you if you don't. Just kidding. Anyway, so is there anything else you want to tell us about?
Wow.
What's next? What's next?
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, we have an album called Love and Rhythm coming out this late summer, fall.
Okay.
And that's going to include some of the new singles that are coming out. I've got yet another single coming out with another one that I wrote with Adam Hawley. That'll be coming out in May. What else? We got a big tour plan. Next week I'll be in Florida.
Ooh, cool. Where in Florida?
Right around the Orlando area. It's called Castleberry.
So any of you listening who are across the country and you're going to be in Florida, maybe you're going to take off from here and go to Florida. Make sure that you check it out.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. And then.
Let's see. I got a bunch of California dates. I'll be in Texas. I'll be in. Where else am I going? I'll be in North Carolina. I'll be in Wisconsin. We're doing Jazz on the Vine. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Wonderful.
But, yeah.
So now, are you going to have some merch here for people to purchase?
I definitely have CDs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's still people out there buying CDs, right? I mean, it's like, because I always feel so old when I go, hey, I've got my CD. And they look at me like, you know, like my dog.
But records are actually coming back. I mean, wax records. I was actually thinking about pressing up a few.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
It would be so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
That's like a whole nother audience.
It is.
A younger audience, actually.
Right.
I think.
My daughter is 15, and she loves records. She actually plays records on a turntable.
OMG.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to have one more question for you.
Sure.
And remember, buy your tickets. I'm going to tell you again before we sign off. So, what do you like best? Because they're both different. Do you like performing in big, huge venues, or something like this, where it's more intimate? There's 80 people here.
Right. You know, I really like both. I've done a lot of big festivals. I just did Seabreeze Festival and Mallorca out in Europe. Those were huge festivals, and that's great because you can reach so many people. But then there's nothing like being able to really be almost one-on-one with some of the people. And I kind of go out in the audience a lot and try to make eye contact and all that.
That's good. So you're playing cordless and you're out there.
Yeah. So there's nothing like the kind of intimacy of a club like
That's
this.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Not everybody feels comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
You know, but if you played clubs for as long as I've done in the past, you learn how to be with people.
It is a different thing because if you're with a huge audience, it's almost a bit of a blur, right?
It is, right?
Yeah.
You don't really always see the people.
Right.
You know, depending upon the situation. I mean, it could be like that in a small room too.
Right.
But it's different because they're right there.
They're right there.
They're right there.
And they're got the eyes just trained on you.
Yes.
So it's. I mean, I love it both ways, but I know that there's some artists that actually get more nervous in small, intimate settings as opposed to in bigger settings. They're not as nervous.
So true. Can kind of be in your own field, so to speak. I mean, when it's hundreds of thousands. I mean, if you're working festivals, there's thousands.
Of
people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it's also a rush when you see
fun.
that many people. So,
wow. Yeah, but festivals are such a different thing, as you probably know, because you just go from minute one. You got to get up on stage.
No sound check.
No sound check, and the people behind the board are just trying to rush you along. You get about 10 minutes to get everything together, and by the time you just hit the ground running.
And it's hard for guitarists because you've got pedals, you have
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just, I mean, it's a setup. Do you
Right.
get a chance to set up early, like with a festival
Sometimes.
like that?
Rarely.
Yeah.
Rarely.
Okay, because
Sometimes.
I've been in festivals
Right.
where, now these are not the kinds of festivals you're going to, but you know, like the 2,000 or 3,000, well, the most I worked for was 12,000.
That's a lot.
But that was a different kind of concert, but you have no time. There's no sound check, but with a guitarist, this is intense. Because
Right.
you've got pedals, you've got things that you've got a certain sound you want.
Right.
People know that sound, they're expecting that sound, and you have no sound check.
And that's
You
happened.
get it while you're performing.
I just did when I did Seabreeze Festival last year. That's exactly what happened. 5 minutes before we're supposed to go on, the sound guy's going, "I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting a signal."
Painful.
I'm like, what? And I just went into panic mode, and I'm looking. Everything should be working. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. And it was the weirdest thing. It was almost like just somebody smiled on me because I'm, just trying to plug stuff in and just doing it. No, not getting anything. And then finally, nobody touched anything, and he went, "Oh, I got it now." And it was just like 2 minutes. I was sweating bullets because what are you going to do? There's no signal.
You can't go on.
You can't go on.
And it is such it's like your whole heart drops.
Right.
Because people are there to see you. And now,
Right.
with that, you have to go out and pretend nothing ever happened.
Right, and as a matter of fact, because I usually start from out in the audience and I come up to the stage, so it was like 2 minutes, and then the camera guy is saying, "Well, I got to film you as you come in. Can I come with you?" And I said, "Yeah, but we got to run."
Yeah.
So we're running around to where I'm supposed to enter,
God.
and just like smile on the face, let's
No,
go.
People don't realize that stuff like this happens a lot. I mean, it's not, thank God, it's not all the time.
Right.
But any time that you go somewhere and there's a new sound person, they're not your sound guy,
Yeah.
and you're in different places, different musicians sometimes.
Sure.
It's like Panicville.
Yeah.
It's not for the weak of heart. I think that's
But
one
it's fun,
reason
though.
why we like to do it.
That's
I know. I
right.
was just going to say
Right.
it's like the trapeze artist without the net.
Right.
It's like, let's do this thing. Jump in.
Somehow, some way, it's always worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right? I know
yeah.
it's funny about that.
For you too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've had, you do this long enough and you know this, you are going to encounter almost everything.
Sure.
I have.
Yeah.
But it's like, we just do it because we love it. It's our passion. And I'm just so thrilled that you're here in Sedona. Look
Thanks.
at
I know.
Sedona. We're
You guys
looking.
can't see the view
Yeah,
that we're looking at.
Should
It's
I like
amazing.
turn it
Sure.
and show them?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So when you come to sound bites, so there's Blake.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna turn, not to make you dizzy or anything, but just take a look
That's what we're looking at right
at
now.
the view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is amazing. There's Snoopy Rock, by the way. Do you know that? You
That's called Snoopy Rock?
I'll
Oh,
show
wow.
you where it looks
Okay.
like. Actually, I'm gonna put this back. Do you see that, like right over there?
Right?
Sorry, you guys
No.
were like,
Yeah, right.
you're getting like hair and
Right,
arms
right,
and
right,
things
right,
like that. You see Snoopy's lying down. Do you see
Oh,
that?
wow. That's
kinda
cool.
fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, okay, so I'm just gonna, all right, so you guys, you want to get tickets. Tomorrow night, Saturday, March 18th, 7 p.m., right here at Soundbites Grill. You can go on their website, soundbitesgrill.com, purchase your tickets. Get your friends over here too, and your family.
Yeah.
And if for some unknown reason, you're just coming into town and you're watching this right now and you're planning to just get your buns over here, okay? If you don't find a place, should have gotten it early. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shondra.
And make sure that you go to blakeaaron.com.
Yep.
Check out his music, also Spotify. Listen for him on all the channels, including Sirius Radio. And I'm just so thrilled that you're here.
Oh, thank
And
you,
it's been a
Shondra.
pleasure.
Mine too.
Thank you so much. My
much.
hands are so cold. It's cold here. Have fun.
Oh, thank you.
Here, let's do another toast.
Okay.
Okay, we've got the best water in town. Okay, Agua Pana, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Here's to a fantastic concert tomorrow night.
Thank you so much.
May it be sold out. Have fun. You're gonna love it. So get the tickets. Get them now. And by the way, this concert is being sponsored by The Mic, a great store that Soundbites owns. It's called Music Inspired Collection, just a few doors down.
And they have beautiful shirts too. I have one.
Yes.
I have one.
Like you rockers out there, you're
Yeah.
gonna love that store. I can imagine. Are you gonna wear that shirt tomorrow?
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I'll buy another one. Because
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to model, apparently. Without modeling, you know, you're just wearing it and it's going to look great. All right, here's to a fantastic concert.
Thank you so much.
All right, taking a sip.
See you guys tomorrow night.
Have fun, you guys. Make sure you get over here. Take care.